If you're a blogger and you had a blog that was working, it was making you money, and you were excited because you were watching the traffic climb and your income climb too. And you were thinking, yes, this is it. This is my thing. This is how I'm going to make money online.
And then it all came crashing down and stressed you out.
Yes, the Google helpful content update, it hit. And your old SEO strategy just stopped working. And you lost keyword rankings that you'd held for years. And every update since has knocked you down again. And right when you thought you were climbing out,
then AI showed up. AI overviews, the chatbots, ChatGPT, Claude, all of it. And now clicks are down across the whole board because people are getting their answer right there on the search page. They never have to click through to your blog at all.
So now you're sitting there with no idea what your strategy is even supposed to be. You're honestly wondering if blogging is worth it anymore. You're scared, you're unmotivated, and you're Googling other income streams at midnight.
And you're finding nothing good because the creator fund pays peanuts, YouTube pays peanuts, sponsorships can be unpredictable and they're never guaranteed. Merch won't save you. Paywalls and paid newsletters are really not the flex everyone says they are. Memberships and communities are down across the board, and people aren't buying courses and coaching like they used to.
All the old tactics are colliding with a trust recession and an economic one at the same time. And here's the trap. You think the answer is go build an AI first website or chase rankings inside the AI overviews and the chatbots too. Listen, don't.
Because the second that you build your whole business around gaming AI, the rules are going to change. They will change. And you're right back in the gutter at square one. You already lived this with Google, so don't sign up to live it again with AI.
So this video is for two people. One, you're still blogging, still grinding, still trying to grow, and you're just struggling. And two, you already gave up, you stopped, but something in you still wants to blog. Something in you still wants to make money online, and you want to come back to it.
If you're either of those people and you want your content to make money, to pay your bills, not buy coffee, then stay right here. This is the one for you because we've been knocked down too by these updates and we had to start over. So let's talk about what's actually going on and then exactly what you need to do.
Here's the truth, and I need you to really hear this. What happened to your traffic was not because your writing got bad. It's because the foundation you built on was rented and not owned.
You built on Google's land, on search ranking, and the landlord basically changed the lock. That is basically what a Google update is. It's the landlord changing the locks on a house that you thought was yours.
And now AI is doing the same thing, but on a much bigger scale. And it's standing between your content and your reader, and it's answering for you.
So the answer is not write better for the algorithm. The answer is to stop being dependent on the algorithm at all. And there's only one thing that does that.
And that's a brand, but this time a real one. And when we say build a brand, we do not mean go pick a new name, a new domain, pick some colors, design a new logo, come up with a fresh angle or a new content pillar, and then go right back to posting and pushing traffic the same way you always did.
That is basically a costume. That is not a brand. You can put a new logo on the same broken strategy and it's still going to be broken.
Yeah, because a real brand is when people come looking for you by name. So they type your name into the search bar. They open your email because it's from you. They follow you across all your platforms, and they would actually notice if you disappeared.
And that is the one thing that an AI overview cannot take away from you. AI can summarize a fact, AI can answer a generic question, but AI cannot replace the person that your audience actually trusts. It cannot be the voice that they came for.
So when you have a brand, the algorithm stops being your landlord and starts being just one more billboard. So if Google goes down, your people still find you. AI eats your search traffic, your people are already on your email list. That's the safety. And that is the whole game now.
So everything we're about to walk you through is how you actually build that. What to do, what to stop doing, how to monetize in what order, and which products work right now and which ones absolutely don't.
So let's get into it. Step one, stop posting content for 2 weeks minimum.
I know that if you're a blogger in panic mode, that will feel insane to you because if you're already losing traffic, how do you want me to stop? Yes, because you cannot rebuild a foundation while you're frantically nailing boards onto a house that's already sinking.
And also because you're posting from fear right now. Fear posting never built anything. So take the 2 weeks off, get out of survival mode, and let's make decisions from a clear head instead. And step two, you need to do a content audit. And bloggers, yours is different from everyone else's, so pay close attention.
The general audit will still apply. So you need to look at the data, what performed and what didn't. But on top of that, you've got to run every post through one specific filter. Is this factual information or is this your experience and opinion?
Yes, because in this AI era, this is everything. Generic factual content, the here are the 10 steps to blank with no soul in it, no firsthand experience or any of that. That is exactly what AI overviews are built to eat. And you will never outfact a chatbot.
But your lived experience, your tested opinions, the thing that you are actively learning and sharing in public as you go, AI cannot replicate that because it didn't live it. That is the whole game for you. And that is the content that will survive.
So here's the hard part. Go through your content and cut. So if a post isn't based on your first-hand experience or an opinion you've actually formed from an experience, or something you're genuinely learning in public, it needs to go.
If it was just a keyword grab, even if it historically did well for you, but you have no plans to update it from real experience or continue learning in that lane, it needs to go. That post is dead weight right now. And it's the exact stuff that AI will replicate and cut.
And two more. If you've got content behind a paywall and you're making less than $500 a month from it, strongly consider taking those paywalls down. That content is working harder for you free than it being locked up behind a paywall.
And if you're selling products built on outdated information or information that changes so fast that it won't actually help the person who buys it, consider archiving those products. Selling something that doesn't serve the customer is how you're going to lose trust. And that is what you're trying to rebuild right now. In a trust recession, that is fatal for you.
Yes, cut deep here. I know it will feel scary to delete years of work, but you're not losing content. You're removing the stuff that was diluting the thing that makes you you. Now, step three, you need to run your whole brand through our Fix Your Brand challenge. This is where the cut content from step two turns into an actual direction. So you come out with your one-page brand fix that will have your aim North Star statement, and this tells you who you are, who you're for, and why they come to you.
And your CPR plan, which tells you exactly what to post going forward, which is rooted in experience, not keyword grabbing. So you never fear post into the void again.
Yes, you can find a link to that in the video's description. Again, this is a free challenge, so you can get your one-page brand fix, and this will be the centerpiece for you specifically. Now, step four, because your search traffic isn't reliable anymore, you need billboards everywhere, driving people back to the blog. So we need you to pick your main social media platform, and then you can probably add a secondary platform. Don't go 5 all at once. One main, one backup.
And here's how you're going to choose. First, go where the majority of your audience already hangs out. So you need to be where they are, not where you wish they were.
And if your audience is spread heavily across a bunch of platforms, then pick the one that's easiest for you to actually create content for consistently. Because consistency will beat the perfect platform, and we don't want you burning out in a month.
Victoria, let's give them our real setups because we are different kind of on purpose.
Yeah, we kind of are. So my platform, my primary is Instagram. So if Instagram is yours, post to the feed at least 3 to 5 times per week. You need to do this with daily story updates, especially on the days that you're not posting in feed. Now, we recommend that you start off posting 3 days a week. So let that be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That is your main in-feed post. That means you need to show up, especially on Tuesday and Thursdays, in stories. That way your platform never goes quiet. Now, I also use a DM automation tool. It's called Grow. You might know it because it used to be called Grocer's List. This is how I push links to my blog in the DMs. Another thing that's important on Instagram now is longer captions. They are crucial. The caption is the content, not an afterthought. And you also need to throw in some variety. So not every single post is a link push, because people will tune out a billboard that only ever screams, click here, comment here, and all the things.
And my primary platform is Facebook. So with Facebook, it's a bit more of a quantity game. You post daily, at least 3 times a day. But I don't want you to listen to the people that tell you need to post 20 times a day. Don't do that. It will dilute your reach. Then you need to put your link in the comments. That can help. But actually, if you put it in the caption, you can get some reach too. The same rules as Victoria apply. You need longer captions. Those are crucial. And think of your captions in terms of SEO. Don't keyword stuff them, but make sure that your keywords are in there organically. And you also need a variety of content because not everything can be a link push every single time.
So as you can see, different platforms, however, the principles are the same. So show up daily-ish, write real captions, mix your content types, and send people to your home. Send them to your HQ, send them to your blog. Now, step 5 for a blogger, you need to tighten up your Pinterest. A lot of you treat Pinterest like a dumping ground for graphics. You kind of need to stop that.
Absolutely. Every single pin right now needs to have a hook. So think of your pins like captions on social media. They need a unique user-forward angle with every single pin and graphic. What's in it for the person that's scrolling? It's not just like doing a pin for like 10 best recipes for XYZ. Why this pin over the 40 other ones that have the same topic and the same headline?
Yeah. Pinterest, however, is still a real search and discovery engine that can send free traffic to your blog, to your business headquarters. But now it's only if the pin actually earns the click. So you need to lead with hook first, always. Now, step 6, and this might be the most future-proofing thing on the whole list. If you don't have a newsletter, you need to create one now. And if you do have a newsletter, you also need to tighten that up.
Because the inbox is the one place that no algorithm and no AI overview will stand between you and your reader. So when Google updates again, and it will, your email list will not move. That is the asset that's actually yours.
And we want you to go a level deeper than a plain weekly email. I want to encourage all of you to consider adding a segmented, interest-based newsletter that's separate from your general list, so people get exactly the slice of you that they signed up for.
And consider email workflows, automations that deliver information over a certain number of days, almost like setting up a mini intensive or a little free course in the inbox. That is how you're going to turn a random subscriber into someone who will genuinely trust you on autopilot. And that trust is what everything else gets built on.
Step 7, create once, promote forever. And this is a mindset shift that makes all of this super sustainable. Because I know you're looking at this list going, oh my gosh, when will I have time to do this?
So you're going to write one blog post, and that one post should get promoted on social multiple times from different angles in different formats. A carousel one week, a reel the next week, a photo post after that, a different hook each and every single time.
Exactly, because you are not a content factory that has to invent something new every single day. No, you are a brand with a library, and your job is to keep pointing people back to the good stuff that you already made. So you can have one post and a dozen billboards. And for step 8, this is when you turn monetization back on. However, this time you're going to do it in the right order. And you can get all of that from our money blueprint video. And the reason the order matters even more right now is because of the trust recession we're in. So you cannot lead with give me money, essentially, or sell, 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 when people right now are guarding every single dollar.
So you're going to start with the streams that don't ask your audience for any money. One is platform monetization. That is the ads on your blog. That is the creator fund on whatever social media platform you're on. That is going to be your base. And it's why we just spent this whole video rebuilding your traffic, because more free readers will mean more ad income with zero asking.
And number 2 is affiliate marketing, genuinely useful recommendations from your real lived experiences. So don't just promote products that you think will sell or that people want. Only recommend products you use, which, by the way, after that content audit that you did, is now the whole brand. And it will give you data for step 3.
Step 3 is brand partnerships. You will basically pitch yourself with proof now to the brands. You're able to give them your clicks, your conversions, what moves your audience. You're not just showing up and saying, here's my number, here's my traffic, here's my followers, but you're actually going to give them data of what works and have that do the talking for you to book that partnership.
Yes. And if you're wondering about those early affiliate brands that you can sign up for, I forgot to mention, but that could be like an Amazon, a ShopMy, and an LTK. Those are great starting grounds. And then, like Francesca said, you can reach out to those brand partnerships. Now, step 4 is when and only when you can start asking your audience for money. Now, step 4 needs to be low ticket offers. And here's where what works now really matters. And honestly, the notes are real. So memberships, communities, courses, and coaching, those are really down right now. So this is not the time to lead with a big paid community and a big ticket offer and wishing and hoping it will work.
What works right now is trust and genuine usefulness. So a low ticket offer that makes one specific thing easier, whether that is a community or a product. And then moving on to step 5 is products and services. But the ones that work today are built from your real experience and what your audience is actually asking you for. Not giving outdated information, not something that you guessed at in a vacuum. You're going to solve a real problem with something that you've actually lived, or if you're a service professional, you will book clients. And that still sells even now. And that is exactly how you're going to rebuild your blog and start making money again. You're going to own your HQ, use social as the billboard, own the inbox, and build the brand. And of course, you're going to monetize in the right order every single time to build trust.
So essentially, blogging is not dead. The old way of blogging, however, that's dead. And honestly, good riddance, because the old way had Google holding the keys to your house.
So if you are the person who gave up, this is your sign to come back to blogging. And if you're the person that's still grinding, this is your sign to grind smarter, not harder.
And go grab the Fix Your Brand Challenge. We'll include a link in the video's description. It is free. And we also recommend you watch the blueprint video for the full monetization breakdown.
So drop us a comment and let us know what update hit you the hardest. We're going to read every comment, and that will help us to make content for you in the future.
And if this gave you even just a little hope back, subscribe to the channel because we're in this with you. We also do live co-working every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, where we talk about blogging, content creation, growing our traffic, and making money online, but also content calendars, what to post when, planning, rest, and more. So again, subscribe to the channel and like the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.